Them in Springfield this evening. Low-scoring affair early before Darren Price would start to get things going for Calvary. He hits the three ball from the corner. He had 18. The Saints open up a 9-2 lead. Justin Bird led the way for the Cardinals. He pulls up from the elbow, 2 of his team-high 13 points, but they couldn't keep up with Calvary's transition game. Price to Colin Mingo. He led all scorers with 21. The Saints get the 76-47 win. 3 over the Trojans, and Calvary off to a hot start this season as well. They hosted Tri-City tonight. The Tornadoes trying to close a double-digit deficit as the fourth quarter starts. Aaron Bennett takes the lob, deposits 2 of his 12, but Jim Egan has Calvary playing very well. Some very good ball players on this team. Colin Mingo, one of them. Nice spin move on that drive, and then he and Clayton Whitlock working the interior give and go. 19 for Mingo. Calvary winners 65-44.
Zach, thank you. It was actually the Scotties that would get off to a nice start in this one. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Zach Hageman shows off the solid shooter's form and hits the jumper. Most of the rest of the night, though, would belong to Calvary. Darren Price has got mad skills. Here he shows off the jumper. Yep, that's good for 3. Saints lead it by 5. Then later, Calvary. Big old bomb. He thinks it and sinks it on target. Calvary leads by 13, and then it's the running game. Mercedes Yeager ahead to Torno. He's going to come through with a sweet reverse layup. Saints still undefeated in MSM play, 75-48. Saying about
everyone. Just kidding. We do have more highlights, though, from the Calvary-Edinburgh matchup and much more. That's coming up after the break. There's the game. I knew it was coming. I didn't freak out at all. Edinburgh, Jake Thomas, early action. Nice spin move, one-handed, off the glass. It works. Edinburgh with an early lead in this one, but then Calvary shows that they have got a lot of talented players. Colin Mingo with the drop step on the block. Calvary had the lead back. They would never give it up. Darren Price, the steal. He is just lights out. He's quick as can be. 5-2 Calvary had the lead, and they would just continue to pour it on early in this one as Egan shouts some commands. Justin Torno with the up and under as the lead continues to get built, and then later Mingo and the fast break over to Demaria Garrett. Calvary winners easy in this one, 67-35.
A lot of improvement to do. We've got some people learning their roles and learning to accept their roles. We kind of struggled a little bit off and on, and we had nice spurts, and we got a game at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we have to get this one out of the way and go.
Shorty lost badly to the Saints team this season. A different effort tonight. Ryan Albert gets started, fights for the rebound, the bucket, and the foul. And then before the half, Drew Dunn with the nice bounce pass in traffic to Justin Bird. Bird finished for 17, and the Cardinals led by 5 at the break. To the second half we go. Calvary turns the tables. Clayton Whitlock, all 6 feet 7 inches of him, gets this board. He gets it up to Colin Mingo, who avoids the defender. Saints up a couple. Moments later, more of the same. Darren Price with the board this time, and if Calvary had a football team, Mingo would be a wideout. Saints win this one in a comebacker, 52-48.
Calvary up 8. Back come the Hornets, though, behind the hot shooting of Zach Quinn. He's going to tickle the twine from 19-9. He led all scorers with 20 points. Hayworth within 3. Calvary's turn now. It's Colin Mingo in the paint. The turnaround jumper. He finished with 11 points, and then there was no answer for Darren Price, Calvary's big star. Watch this one. First off, the nice drive baseline, gets the layup in traffic. Then later, it's into the lane with the left hand, banking the shot in with the right hand. 17 for Price. Saints pull off a bit of an upset. Back come the Hornets behind the hot shooting of this guy, Zach Quinn. He'll tickle the twine from 19-9. He had 20 points to lead all scorers. Hayworth within 3. Calvary's turn now. Colin Mingo is going to come through in the paint. He turns and hits the jumper. He finished with 11, and then there's Darren Price. Yes, that's how the other coach felt. He goes baseline. He finished with 17. Saints pull off the upset, 46-45. And finally, the host Price hits Colin Mingo in stride. That's pretty. He gets the hoop. Mingo finished with 18. Then more from Calvary. They would work the pick and roll with precision. That's Clayton Whitlock. Easy deuce. 15 in the game for the big fella. Saints rolling. How about Price? He gets the rebound. No one's going to get in front of him. Coast to coast for the finger roll. He had 12. Calvary in the final. 67-35. Let's keep going. Tonight, this one was a back-and-forth game from the get-go. We'll pick it up from the get-go. First quarter, watch this. Justin Turneau, did he make that really? 1-point lead. He's laughing about it. Saints lead after 1 quarter. They build a 10-point advantage. The Bullets respond. Alley-oop to Travis Combs. Williamsville by 3 at half. Fourth quarter, still tight. It's Turneau. He takes the pass, gets the hoop, and the harm 3-point play. That puts the Saints back on top, but the Bullets They're not going anywhere. This one is missed, but Travis Combs is there. Misses himself. Rebound. Puts it back up and in. He is fired up. The bucket and the foul. They'd have to play 2 overtimes to settle this one. Here's Clayton Whitlock taking the pass. Calvary goes on to win this one in double overtime, 65 to make up. Calvary is the top-ranked team in Class 1A. They made the trip up to Mount Pulaski. Second half, it's the Saints' Darren Price. The bullet pass to Colin Mingo. He's got it. Calvary leads by 11. Toppers within striking distance, though. Corey Titus will dribble down, stops at the top and pops. Mount Pulaski within 2 in this game, but the fourth quarter, the Saints start to pull away. Clayton Whitlock showing some range, hits the 15-footer. Inside, still hanging on to the #1 ranking in Class 1A. They hosted Lutheran in a makeup game. Saints running early, pass ahead to Colin Mingo, M-I-N-G-O, and Mingo is his name-o. Crusaders hoping to make this a game, though. Seth Martin hits the 3. Lutheran would lead this one by 3 early, but it wouldn't last. Check out Calvary's Darren Price, stops at the top and pops. Justin Tourneau had 16 for the Saints. They win it 66-41. College to Ashland for the final moments of Calvary's game with AC Virginia. Saints up 10. The Knights frantically trying to get back in it. Will Edge from the corner hits the 3 ball. Calvary's lead down to 7. AC Virginia in foul mode now, but that's pretty hard when Darren Price is dribbling between the legs of his opponents. That was nifty. Calvary would seal it at the free throw line. They come back and win the win column. They take it 60-50. It was Coach Jim Egan's 550th career victory. Jim Egan and company have held the #1 ranking in Class 1A for the last couple of weeks and share the MSN Conference lead. All those things are great for fans, but if Calvary is going to make a run in the postseason, they still have to remain focused and keep improving.
We think we have a pretty good, we've got a lot of talent, and again, if we don't turn the ball over, it's more of our offense has really been struggling at times, and then we just go into these lulls, one little lull in regional time could hurt you, can actually eliminate you, so we need to be a lot more consistent.
We're practicing hard, doing the best we can. I think we should be fine. When we come to the results, we got to play hard, make shots is the main goal for us, but if we just keep our tempo, play our game, we should be fine.
Facing Franklin in the AC Central Invitational, the Flashes handed the Saints just their second loss of the season last Friday. Calvary didn't have Darren Price for that game. They did tonight. Muscles that one up. It's tied at 17. Flashes would fire back, though. The inside pass to John Steinecker. Thank you very much. Franklin leads by 2. Then it's time to go outside. Scotty Taylor. He's a marksman. Bullseye. 23 for him. That Franklin lead up to 5. Saints would, though, go right back to their not-so-secret weapon, though. Price, another hoop here in traffic. A game-high 28 points for him. And then it's time to cue the circus music. Check this one out. Justin Tourneau with the scoop shot. Calvary gets revenge. 67-61. Keep pace in this. Ended matched up in the other semifinal out there. We'll pick it up with the Stags. It's Jason O'Brien, the pass to Cody Bolin. Nobody around him, and he hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Bolin a-rolling. Then it's Calvary's turn. Good to have Darren Price back, isn't it? I'm sure Jim Egan's really happy. Coast to coast, he finished with 18. More from Hartsburg-Emden. It's O'Brien again to Cody Bolin. Another deuce there. He finished with 14 to lead the Stags, but just too much from Calvary. Watch Justin Tourneau come through. You're not going to guard me, huh? Okay, I'll make you pay. Hits the triple. Calvary, a winner. They're in that final, 66-41.
Knocked Calvary out of the top spot in the Class 1A polls. The Saints got vengeance in the second meeting, though, a game we assumed would be the last of the year between the two. But when Franklin smoked Auburn last night, it set up a deciding game in the season series, and it just happened to be the finals of the AC Central Invitational tonight as well. Flashes down 4 at the half, but Scotty Taylor helps erase that, nails the 3, tied. Saints fire back. Justin Tourneau with the left-handed runner, 14 for him. Calvary by 4 after 3 quarters. Saints try to give themselves some breathing room then in the fourth there, and Price, the drive, bank open on a Saturday night. Then Calvary goes to the big man, Clayton Whitlock. All 6-7 of them hoop and the harm. Strong to the hoop. 2 of his 21. The lead is 6. Franklin not going away, though. Taylor again, 7 3-pointers on the night. Led all scorers with 24. Colin Keltner wasn't far behind. The pump fake, one of his 5 3-balls. 15 for him. A 3-point game with just over a minute to play, but the price was right tonight. The Saints, Darren with a jumper. He had 20. Saints win the tournament crown 70-65.
The pass with an MSM makeup game against South Fork tonight. All Saints from the get-go. Colin Mingo will come up with the steal. He's going to go the other way and get the hoop and the harm. Calvary up early, 18 for Mingo. Then they'll start kicking it from the outside. Justin Tourneau, rainmaker, 3 of his 25. Saints led by 7, and then back in tight. Clayton Whitlock working the glass. He's going to put it back up and in. Calvary cruises 89-33. Calvary at home trying to wrap up a share of the MSM Conference. They hosted Lincolnwood. Tie game after one. The Saints get their transition game working. Darren Price. No look. Justin Tourneau. Thank you very much. Price just starting to get the running game going. Moments later, this time he's going to go coast to coast with the left hand. He finished with 16 in the game. Lincolnwood looking for some revenge, though. Saints beat them for the title last year. How about Shane Convery? Hello. Gets the land, but the Saints get the last laugh in. Colin Mingo, M-I-N-G-O, and Mingo is his name-o. Tips it in. He had 20. Calvary earns at least a share, 58-49. The share of the title for the third straight year. Jim Egan's first year at the helm has also brought about some state recognition. The Saints sit second in this week's Class 1A poll. A great achievement, but one that they hope is just the start of something special.
We've been pretty consistent, you know. We have our ups and downs like every team does, and but you know we have some size that other teams don't have, so that kind of can make it consistent a little bit, and yeah, we rebounded well from that. You know, you just play, and what happened, so that's what it is.
It's very special, actually. Senior year, we're doing pretty good, and just 3 in a row is amazing. I wish we would have gotten like outright like all of them in a row, but I mean to be a part of it, it's really good. It feels great.
Championships will be decided on Friday night, but as far as the MSM goes, they've already crowned their champions. Calvary wins last night to take half of the conference crown and at least a share of the title for the third straight year. Jim Egan's first year at the helm has also brought about some state recognition. The Saints sit in second in this week's Class 1A poll. A great achievement, but one that they hope is just the start of something special.
We've been pretty consistent, you know. We have our ups and downs like every team does, and but you know we have some size that other teams don't have, so that kind of can make it consistent a little bit, and yeah, we rebounded well from that. You know, you just play, and you know you want to win it outright, but Sharon's what happened, so that's what it is.
The other at the 1A level, anything can happen. Just ask Calvary. The Saints got stunned in the regional last year, forcing them to clear out their lockers earlier than they would have liked. This time around, they're not taking anyone for granted. They took on Mount Pulaski out in Warrensburg. The second half is where we're going to pick it up. The Saints up just 2 at halftime. Well, Justin Tourneau is going to take care of that. The steal, battles for it, gets the bucket, 2 of his game-high 26 points. Then Calvary's going to kick it outside. Casey Yeager dials long distance. Saints by 8. Topper's not going away quietly, though. How about Corey Todd back down at just 5? But Mr. Everything, Darren Price, is going to come through in a big way at the drive. First time the Price was wrong. Second time the Price was right. Calvary wins 70-56. It's sectional time for the small schools. Calvary facing Peoria Heights in 1A at Deer Creek. Looked like the Saints would cruise. Nice pass from Colin Mingo to Clayton Whitlock, 20 for Whitlock. Calvary a 15-point first half lead, but Darren Price got into foul trouble. Here comes Heights. Zach Jacobs, the lay-in just before the half. It's just a 6-point game. Second half, Calvary extends the lead again. Mingo on the run out. The Saints make it a double-digit advantage, but the Patriots never did give in, and they had this guy. Jeff Todd had 26. This 3 from the volleyball line. That gives Heights their first lead of game with under 30 seconds to play. Justin Tourneau answers. He's fouled on the drive, makes his free throw to tie it at 60. He misses the second, so here come the Patriots. Todd to Jacobs. The land puts them back up by 2. And on the ensuing possession, Breon Jones picks the pocket, takes it the other way, bucket and foul. Just like that, a 5-point lead, and that's all she wrote. Calvary's season ends way too soon, 65-60.